Hi guys, welcome back to the Poddy Animals.
Hang on, let me hit this.
You just did.
I was seeing if you were paying attention.
What a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
All right, ready? Go.
Hi guys, welcome
3,
back.
2,
anyway.
1.
Hi you guys, welcome back to the Poddy Animals. Hi.
Damn, he's angry. Give that guy a cookie.
I don't like him when he's in. Get him a Snickers. I can think of
Can you give me another freaking cookie, dude?
No.
I'm about to do a Reese's on here at this point.
No, don't even try it.
Convulse the fuck out.
Speaking of
Right.
someone
You got EpiPen or no?
speaking of someone that may want to do something that we have been had down here sitting that we were all chicken shit, may have someone to do it. I don't know if I talked about it last week.
Yeah. You told him off air.
Off air, yeah. We're gonna see. I think he's not gonna do it, but we'll see. I don't like the people that say we're gonna do something.
Way to lead up to nothing.
Or
that was that's content. way to kick us off with.
He's
Every
good
time
at that.
Way to kick off the
I
commercial
don't want
break
to
with
mention
nothing.
the name and then it's someone else.
No.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we also had, the younger generation nowadays. What happened last night to you at the birthday party?
That guy stuck his thumb in my butt.
Besides that, you were good after that with your hoodie.
Oh, I see.
This is something. This is actually worth talking about right here.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
We
Listen,
designed.
yeah, you were. I think she was getting ready when we were talking about it.
We got together and designed a logo for the Poddy Animals Podcast. And that was the exact sweatshirt I was wearing yesterday. That exact sweatshirt, and I don't know why you're wearing my sweatshirt. But we had some people come up that had called in the show, and we were talking about their episode and blah blah blah. And one of the youngers asked, "Well, what does that say? What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's our thing." And they're like, "Yeah, what does it say?" And I'm like, are you drunk? Like, everybody's drunk. So I'm like, okay.
Maybe that's the reason, man.
And then there's a group of about 4 of the youngers, and they're like, yeah, we don't know what that says. We don't read cursive anymore. They don't
How
teach
did they even know that it's called cursive?
Yeah.
I don't think they said that.
I agree.
I don't think they said cursive, right? They just said we've never been taught that.
No, I think they did.
Well, how they will know?
I think they did say because I mean you're still alive in the world. You know that
yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
You know what I mean? You just
Yeah,
want. I still know what Spanish is. I was never taught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I got to thinking like, oh my God, I designed this. We went with this logo,
Yeah.
and it's useless. Nobody can fucking read it. Like,
Okay, so no, it's only the Gen Z.
But what, I guess we don't
Read it.
target an audience. We never sat down and thought
Right.
like we're targeting 30 and
Newborns,
over or
yeah.
whatever. We just talk about wherever the hell we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But we need to know now. Is our target audience?
Can we get a couple of them in here to try to do cursive on the show?
Dude,
That'll be awesome.
I'll go to you.
With
I will go to
competition.
you if I have
With
to.
a dry
and record
erase,
it.
we'll take a dry erase board
Oh my
and
God.
print a sentence and have them write it in cursive. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
Yes.
And then we bet on
Who
they can do it.
Now we have to show them the alphabet in cursive, but they have to know how to connect
I
it.
think
They wouldn't know how. They wouldn't know.
You
how
think
to,
they would use all capitals?
Right. They wouldn't know.
Or we do the one with the capital
like
and
But
the
they
see,
little-
wouldn't
even when I
know.
write, I still write kind of but I
like a doctor, you can't read it.
I'm in slang, basically what it is. Like some of my letters are cursive, some of them are
I'm in
traditional.
Mine
slang
too.
reading it.
You know what I
But
mean?
you know why? Is because we were taught cursive,
And then it kind of started to break
and then
out.
it started to break out. And as you get older, you start. It's kind of like our
I was-
own writing. And I bet you, and I bet you, it's the Gen X that basically, and maybe some millennials in there
So what- yeah.
that have created our own new handwriting.
What age were we looking at roughly yesterday? What, 26?
They were the
Yeah.
20s. But here's the thing. So I was talking to my wife about this because I was like, should I design a new logo? Should I get with the team and we should do? Because I made a few other logos that I like, and
Okay.
but I love our
I
our
love the
setup.
logo.
I do
So
too.
she's like, and then that's what she said. She's like, oh, everything, and I can't believe they took
crazy.
that out of schools and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it kind of hit me like, it's pointless. Why did they put it in schools anyway? Why are we doing this in the first place?
What?
It's another one of those pointless things. You spent time in school to learn.
Yeah, fourth grade, I think.
Now-
After fourth grade, I think.
Now all of us older people are like, I can't believe kids can't write in cursive. And why did we even bother? What was the fucking point?
Because you need a signature.
Yeah.
How would you write your signature? You're not supposed to print. You needed a
Yeah.
signature.
They're doing it now, ain't they?
No.
No.
So you're telling me
They
none of
bring
those
a
kids that
stamper.
came up
No,
to
they
me
got a stamper.
all carry stampers with them?
No, but they probably write their name as
Sign your signature.
And the only reason-
Listen, Scoop, but when you do a signature, you just go,
Yeah,
you don't have to fucking look like your name.
So then what the fuck was the point?
Yeah.
That's because
It's not real cursive
we
anyway.
know
You didn't
how to
write.
do it.
I
You
don't
didn't
know.
write your You never even write, like you said. You probably don't even write your signature.
I have no idea.
in cursive. You
I do.
scribble it.
Listen,
No, I
I
write
taught.
mine.
Oh well, you're a fucking prince. Oh my Jesus
I
Christ!
taught my youngest daughter cursive because they didn't do
I think-
cursive.
But what like
My kid too.
if
They teach
if
us
you
in
had
upper
never
fourth
been
grade.
taught cursive,
Oh yeah, well, I don't
would there
know.
be a fucking difference?
Yeah, I don't know.
You waste a lot of fucking time in school.
Here's the
you know what
bigger
they could have taught
question.
Yeah,
you?
fourth grade.
Economics. You know what I mean? How to pay your bills and shit. But
Listen,
no, they taught you
I have
cursive.
No,
said-
in
I have
fourth grade
said-
and fifth grade, they teach you how to you write cursive.
I don't care. They should have started then teaching you how to clean up your room and
Let
fucking.
me tell you what else they don't teach you. Well, the younger ones, like my youngest daughter's age group, how to tell time
No.
on an analog.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing the
clock.
wife said. That's out
She
too.
knew how to tell time
Yep.
on a digital, but when I would go, yeah, it's a quarter past. What's that?
But see, that's a good point,
It's a
though.
quarter till.
That is a
What's
good point.
that?
It's,
They-
it's 1/6.
That's actually smart, though, if you think about it. Like you said, they wasted your time in school. And some people really struggled with writing in cursive. And I still, like I said, when I
Yeah, I'm
write in
not the-
cursive, I
not the
still
greatest.
mix my letters and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's not neat looking and all that shit.
Stupid.
So you spent all that time learning that for no fucking reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it was fancier or whatever. So now you're kind of making fun of them because they took the analog clock reading out.
Yeah.
Why waste their time learning that when
Yeah.
you're not going to really, unless
It's
you go
not
buy
that
a
they're
watch.
wasting. I think education has evolved with the time. So stuff that our parents were taught, we weren't taught.
Right.
Stuff they were taught, they weren't. Even the math has changed. I could not help
couldn't
my
understand the
kids
Common Core.
to do math now because when I know how to do division our way,
Right.
Yeah.
but to sit down and try to
Like
tell
algebra?
her.
Or when they say,
She was like, "No, we're
Long
getting
division.
taught.
No,
yeah,
I got a
we're
quicker
getting
way."
taught this way." And I'm like, "Okay, listen, I'm going to show you this way. You'll get the same answer."
But they can't
you
use
can't
it.
use
Yeah.
that. And I'm like,
yep,
"I'm
they
done."
want it in their long form.
What's
of figuring
crazy?
Shit out.
Is in that 5-year span that my kids are apart. My oldest one couldn't help my youngest one with stuff she was learning because it was different from when she was
Yeah.
in school.
Oh, wow. That would
That's
be
how
fascinating.
Our
fast.
kids actually made it to where
Yeah.
they were.
They're
my
fast
daughter-
at
What we
evolving.
consider normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cursive
Yeah.
and
that
the
would be
the
interesting
regular
to
fast.
talk to your two kids
Yeah.
and have them sit down and talk about like how schooling was for them versus
Yeah.
just being 5
It
years
was
apart.
so frustrating. I had to get a
what's-
tutor sometimes for my daughter because I could not help her.
Tutors.
What's
Nannies,
gonna
damn, she got all the
happen
money.
in the future?
No, but I mean,
what's gonna happen in the future for those generations to try to sign something? They're gonna
They'll
sign
probably
their
do
name?
away with it.
Okay,
Just-
listen. Here's
Well,
the
they
other.
have to
Here's the other
because
thing
there's-
that we had to
yeah.
learn. You know, when we had to do history and whatnot or whatever, where we had to do reports and where we had to go to the library, look it up with the Dewey Decimal or whatever. You know, like
one of
we had
DuckTales,
to
right?
use books, whereas now you just Google it. Let me get an answer. Let me Google it, and you're.
but that would be that would be like the equivalent of them still doing that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You still have to go to the library and learn the Dewey Decimal System. Like, why the fuck are we doing this? So maybe
It
in our
evolved.
age, when we were younger, they thought like nothing was ever going to evolve. You know what I mean? So they're like,
Well, we were on the tail
You
end.
need to change with the times, though. I mean, trust me.
You have boomers,
bloomers.
and
I only
so I
on
don't
wash
think
day.
between
or-
boomers and Gen X, they had a big difference in how they taught anything.
Well, I not to mention the school. My kid went to it for a couple months when we came back to Cleveland. Basically, she had all her credits, so she didn't have to do anything. But she said, like, most of the kids in that school are on their phones or tablets.
Wow.
The teachers just show up in the class and sit there and they pass everybody.
That sounds like when I went.
They don't do anything. They just pass them. Now, what kind of society is this where
Well,
we're doing
that's-
that?
Here's the thing: you're in a society of instant information.
Yeah.
So honestly, if you this is the truth. If you have a cell phone like the one you have the most modern cell phone, right? And it's very common for a kid to have a, what do you got there? The Note
Galaxy S22.
S22. That's like the latest.
Ultra.
There you go.
Me too.
So that's like a little handheld computer. It's
That's
that
old
size.
now, though.
Whatever.
Yeah,
What would I need to teach you?
Right.
Any question that you could possibly ask me
Is in that
can be
phone.
found in that phone in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, the other
It's
thing
getting
that's,
scary.
the other thing is you also have to take in consideration you have city schools and then you have suburb schools. I want to know if you're in the same city, just
Different, yeah.
yeah. So why is the grading system so drastically different?
As far
Because okay, I'll use me as an example. When I
Oh God!
lived-
You went to Hogwarts.
know,
It's
right?
fucking-
I didn't get my third wand until sophomore year.
All right, I'm done.
No, you're not done.
No, it's okay.
No, we need to know what you're saying. Keep going.
No, I when I lived in the suburbs and went to one school, I was like a B student,
Right.
maybe a C in math because I hated math.
I hated math too.
I went to that school
Surprise! High honors.
exactly, all because it was just slightly off. My C that I would get out there
So what do you think?
was a high B there.
They're a little more lenient, probably.
Yeah.
You got 8 wrong? No, you only got 2 wrong here.
I don't know what it was, but the grading system was just a hair off.
So do you think the grading system in like Cleveland Public is different than?
I bet you it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I bet
At
you
one
it is.
point, I don't know if you guys remember this. No Child Left Behind.
Yeah.
So you
That
make it
I
to school
hated.
2 years.
Oh
2
my
days of the year,
God.
and they're pushing you through. I mean, come on.
My kid
why?
was in school during that time, and I used to think, and this was, I was helping Koya, and they were just passing her, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, then at that point,
What?
how do you get your kid? Like you're telling them, you got to sit down, you got to do your homework, you got to buckle down. And kids like, fuck you, I just got to wait this out.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's
And
very
they were
hard to
passing
motivate.
them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that group of kids, once they reached like high school, if they weren't already in the high school and getting past, they were struggling because once that Leave No Kid Behind was
Yeah.
kind of burnt out,
Yeah.
you saw where they were struggling because they got past.
Try to give someone a $2 bill at a restaurant, a young kid. Watch them.
Oh my
fuck out.
God.
What the fuck is this?
You know
Try
what-
to
you know
give
what I
them
fi-
the exact change.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the
I've
larger,
done
like
that.
the
Yeah.
change.
Or yeah,
and they'll be
it's
like, huh?
It's like 1710, and you give them 2010, and they
Yeah.
can't.
Because
Or you give
They
them
have to
17
use the
25 or whatever. And you're
Whatever.
like,
Yeah. Yes.
or no, wait. Or if they give you the total and you give them the total and then you go, oh, wait, I have here.
Here I
add
have the chain. Yeah.
They will be like, well, I already typed it in.
Yeah. Too late. Too late.
Oh, my God.
And then you see them like struggling to count.
Yeah.
Carry the 1 penny
Yeah.
to the 5.
But-
Are you trying to scam me?
At this day, like I said, in instant information,
Yeah.
that fucking register ain't like the old ones where you hit milk.
Yeah. And then you had to pull the lever.
Yeah, now they start hitting shit and it does the totals and shit for them. I'm not supposed to be
You
up here
used
thinking.
to have to
I'm
do
supposed
the
to-
math
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
No.
Now their biggest struggle is when they have to give you back 38 cents. They're like, 3 dimes,
Yeah. They're laying it
Oh
on the
my
counter.
God.
Yeah.
3 dimes, a
8
nickel.
No, fuck the nickel. It's 8
35,
pennies.
right? You're like, fuck, man, come on,
Oh
keep
my
it.
God.
Instead of giving you,
Only.
But that's the
I used
thing.
to
That's
feel
what most of it's
bad.
doing too.
they simplify your change.
Yeah.
38 cents. 3 dimes is 10, 20, 30, and then 8 pennies. There you go.
Yeah.
Instead of a quarter dime and 3 pennies.
Crazy.
You're out.
It's crazy what's going on, man. Everything changes so fast.
At one point, Canada wasn't using their change. They were only using bills.
Well, here it's like a
And-
nickel's 4 cents.
And I had a
Canadian
friend
nickel.
that was from Canada. I almost said Canada. I had a friend that was from Canada, and I used to think they were weird because they would always, like, when they would get money back here, they would literally like throw the change away, and I'm like, why are you throwing money away? You can't use it. I'm like, in the U.S., that's cash. You
Right.
can use that. And so I don't know
Canadian money's useless here, right?
whatever happened. No, depends
try to use a
on.
nickel and
Oh, you
shit?
can't use it in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God, you guys remember slugs?
You just pour salt on them and they would dissolve.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
We used to
like
kill them. No, the
they were blanked coins
You could put
that
in
you
the
could put
vending
them in the
machines
vending
and
machine and
Did
get
it work?
stuff out.
Yeah.
You tried it too?
Yeah, because all they're the exact size of a
Yeah.
quarter, exact size of a nickel, exact size of a dime, and exact weight.
I don't
Because
believe you guys. I
the
don't,
vending
I don't believe
machine-
it worked.
Yeah, the vending
Do
machine.
you know why our change, like our
'Cause
dimes,
trust me, we
quarters?
schemed and no one ever we tried the slugs and they never worked.
Do you know why our coins? Some of the coins have ridges on the edges. Do you
Because
know
they're
the
old as fuck.
We're gonna do, and now you know, moment. This so that the ridges
Scoot,
were
you know,
in there. So
before she-
oh yeah, do you know?
Anybody know?
Huh?
I don't know.
The ridges are they made the ridges in there so that you couldn't make counterfeit money.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, it was hard to make a counterfeit money with the ridges.
Like on
Is
the
that why they do it to Reese cups?
Yeah.
You can't make counterfeit Reese cups.
Wait, remember Slugworth from Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Is
You
that
know.
why his name was that?
Oh, I don't-
Slugworth?
You know I'm money on my
I
Reese
don't know why,
cups.
but when she said that,
I'll
I'm
know
like,
a counterfeit.
Slugworth,
I don't know.
I believe that too. I didn't used to, but I believe it now.
What it's all about.
I hated the end of that movie. Where, Good day, sir.
I never
he was
saw
getting all
the movie.
nasty, and then he was like,
I don't think there's
He
one
put
person
that
on this
thing
show that
there,
don't have
and I was like,
ADD.
"Oh,
We're right now talking about some fucking like how in the fuck?
We end up.
How do you people watch this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you listening?
We're
Yeah,
talking
no, you
about
guys jump
cursive.
around.
We went from
Cursive.
Intelligence, and then it trickles down
Yeah.
to Slugworth.
all right."
Give us that topic real quick, then we'll get out.
what were
I
we
don't
even
even
talking
know.
about?
We're gonna try to.
Why
We're gonna try to stick to the
from
topic.
cursive to this?
It was cursive what we started with.
So
Are you
when we're
serious?
talking about the topic, don't say "look at the rainbow," okay?
I'm gonna
Well,
focus. I'm gonna
Well, I'm
focus.
looking for the Skittles.
Give me some of those fucking
Your N and your M are wrong. So.
what?
What? What
What?
are you talking about?
No, they're right.
No, they're right.
No, the M's 3 humps.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
The M's 2 humps.
it's 2.
But the cursive M is 3 humps.
No, babe.
No.
Just
It is
so
3
you know.
hump,
Huh?
but not when you go from an I to an M, and sometimes Y after E.
All right, so moving on.
Derail.
So this mother-in-law, gotta have the nosy mother-in-law.
Is this still news?
No.
No.
We're just gonna do a quick.
This is
Okay,
a quick
okay.
topic that we can, I guess, I don't
Should
know.
I put my glasses on for this?
For what?
Well, we know you're blind, so.
Oh my gosh.
No, she's got on her
Do you need
phone.
your glasses on so you can hear?
Yeah.
So you can hear?
Put them on.
So she
the
felt
Focus.
her son's child wasn't hers. And this the mother-in-law felt that the child's was not. So she just, are you trying to figure out?
No, she felt her son's child was not hers.
She felt her grandchild wasn't her son's. Is that better saying it that way?
Okay, no, that is
Okay.
because I don't think it was the way you said it before. She
Put them
felt
glasses on,
Her
baby.
son's
that's
child.
not what you said. You said she felt her son's child was not hers.
Okay, was not his.
That's incest.
All right, was not
Was
his.
not that right?
Yes, was not his. All right. She felt her grandchild was not her grandchild.
Okay, that
Is
makes
that even
sense.
better?
I thought it was some hillbilly shit. I don't
Okay.
know.
So she
No offense to the hillbillies.
We love the
secretly
hillbillies. I am one.
she secretly did a DNA test on the child to see if it was really her grandkid.
Like her play date, she just took the kid to the.
You could just poke a hair. You could get anything.
Yeah.
Like
However,
DNA's
she
easy.
obtained the DNA. It didn't specify, but she got it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mari said, "You are not the grandma." So the child wasn't her son's.
So she thought she had some kind of story to like.
Exactly.
Then the son had
She
no
thought-
clue, so that's
well,
why.
no, I haven't gotten there yet. Don't jump
Damn, Scoot.
ahead. Don't jump
Slow
ahead.
down, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All that
Be
sugar and
patient.
shit.
Be patient.
I was,
Quit eating-
I was
quit eating the
focused. I was
fucking
laser
sugar,
fucking
dude.
focused.
Okay.
Are we talking about sugar now? Is it-
All right, so
You're jacked up, dude. Slow down.
she went to her son, obviously, first, thinking she was calling out his wife, like, listen, this isn't your kid.
So they didn't get along, the wife and his mother.
Right.
What do
Not. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was trying to think of the movie with J-Lo where the mother-in-law,
Yes.
they hated each other.
Monster-in-Law. Love that movie.
So go ahead.
So she's like, it's not your kid, blah, blah, blah. And so the husband and his wife, were upset that she went behind their back to do this, because now they are left that they're going to have to tell the kid that the kid is not really his at some point, and they didn't want to do it so soon because she was young. The husband explained to his mother that his wife was sexually assaulted.
And she
took the morning after pill, obviously, is what you do after some people do after an assault. And it didn't.
Or a Tinder date.
That's horrible.
One time.
But after a few weeks, they later found out it didn't take, and she was pregnant. So they took time to discuss what they should do. Should we keep it? Should we not?
Oh my God.
I got assaulted. We don't even know this guy's background. That whole thing.
It plays a part.
That's
so
a tough
they
one.
decided to keep it, and he would be the father, and they wouldn't even worry about telling the kid, obviously, until she was old enough.
I wouldn't say anything.
Well, eventually,
if I raise this kid from a baby,
I would tell him he's adopted.
Eventually, you would have to, I would go that route, because eventually you would have to, should anything happen and you gotta
I'm not
donate or
I'm
something,
not a match
and
for the
you're
bone
not a
marrow, I'm
match or
sorry.
something.
Well, why not?
I mean, anything. I don't know.
But so you could take a chance. You could take a chance because I've been alive for 30,
48 years,
32 years,
48,
and
32
I've never
plus
had to give
16.
anybody anything of mine that. So I mean, in your
we don't
lifetime, do you know anybody who's ever had to donate?
like the bone marrow or something?
Yeah, so you could try to keep it
I
a
watch
secret.
enough. I watch enough
TV
shows that
sure. Oh,
happens.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you real quick. TV ain't always real, but I mean, you could almost take a chance and not tell them.
All right,
You know what I mean? But I would go adopted.
Here's the bigger part.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Here's
lean
the bigger
towards that
part.
too.
Butt out. It's not your place
Exactly. That's what I
to
was
butt
thinking.
into their relationship. They are grown. As the mother-in-law, she had no right
Exactly.
to get a DNA test
No.
to try to prove that wasn't their child.
How'd she feel?
No, I agree. You know, you have no right.
What kind of weight did
Why
she take?
All right, let's use you, because you guys just had a grandbaby.
Yeah.
All right.
What if you guys didn't like his wife, baby mama?
Right. I'm taking her right on Jerry Springer because I want to
And-
fight.
Damn.
Can't
You
fight
look
on
at
Maury.
Aiden and you're like, man, this kid doesn't look like him.
All right.
Are you going to take it upon yourself to go get a DNA test because the kid doesn't, and you think it's not his?
I would hope, I feel like in my 100% honesty that I have a strong enough relationship with my son that I'd go to him first and be like,
Right.
look, Junior,
Exactly.
this kid is black.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know
I
what
mean,
kind
but
of genes
seriously,
you have.
why wouldn't she say something?
Maybe-
Don't butt in like that,
But
though.
here's the thing. A lot of times, okay, let's just, I don't know what you guys went through growing up. Have you ever had the girlfriend or the boyfriend that the parents didn't like? Or your friends didn't like?
After the fact, yeah.
And no, and then even when you got into a fight with that person
Yeah.
and maybe broke up for a day or two, and they're like, "Oh, thank God, we hated Ted. He was a piece
Yeah.
of," and then you go back with them,
Yeah.
and then then the parents are like, "Oh shit, he's
Yeah,
coming back
they're
over.
back.
Fuck, I said all that shit."
It was
you know what I
just
mean?
a week.
Right.
I went through that.
Maybe that's something they go through, so she can't go to the son. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they done broke up. She done bad mouthed them. You know what I mean? And now if she said something to Junior, he's gonna be like, "Bitch, you're just doing it again."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know, but
so at that point, if that was it, if my son and his girlfriend had been broken up a lot, and I badmouthed her and banned her from the house, and we went through all that shit that kids go through with their girlfriend, and here they stayed together and had a baby, I honestly felt it wasn't his. I might do it. I might DNA test it. It's not illegal. I didn't.
it's not.
I got the kid a haircut.
But I mean, what line did you
Shaggy.
cross?
Well,
it's my grandbaby.
It's not illegal, but
But how do you feel
But,
knowing she
how-
was sexually assaulted?
how will your son will
How do you
react?
think she would feel if she seen the bald patch?
how's
Yanked the hair
your
out.
son will react?
Oh,
or
the
your
son,
daughter will react?
The son hated.
No.
the
I'm just.
See,
I'm
that's
just asking.
that's the real story here. The real story is, was she being a vindictive bitch, Or was she looking out for her kid?
The way it sounded.
But it's not your right to position to do that.
But I feel like in my situation, listen, you have that situation, how tight you are with Ariana. It's harder for you to say because it's not likely that it's not going to be Ariana's kid. But do you think you're tight enough with her that you could do something like that and she'd be like, Dad was looking out for me? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're tight, but I don't think...
Think she would think it was vindictive of you to be looking out for her? I mean...
No. I don't think she would think anything would be...
we don't know how she will react or he react.
This is a child now. This is a child. You're going to have to raise this child for the rest of your life thinking it's yours. Mm-hmm. And she was right. She was right as fuck. It's not like she was wrong. She was right. This ain't his kid. Now, it's the same thing as this story we was talking about last week where you're like, it's all about how you present it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If she went in there like, nah, I got you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew you was a slut and blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, okay, here's what happened. You're like, oh, fuck.
Shit. Yeah.
But if she pulled the son to the side, said, listen, you know, I love you.
But that's the thing. She didn't pull him to the side and
so
like,
this is more of a family feud than an honest.
Yeah.
So this is Jerry Springer, not Maury Povich.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was. It was a Jerry Springer moment, and I feel like she overstepped.
Let me ask you.
I don't.
If
it'll cause a rift in the family now.
Ariana looks a lot like her mom, right?
Yep.
Some people, no,
because she looks like him.
I can't say some people could look at her and be like, she's not, no.
She looks like him.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. But let's say, you know, you were so in love when you had a baby, blah, blah, blah. I don't think,
and then you found out.
I don't think any men are like, that's not my kid. You know what I mean? Unless you're in that beat up, weird ass relationship. What if your mom kind of knew, right? Or felt it, and you know your mom is not a vindictive. She's not like that. She's not a busybody. And she did that and found out Ariana wasn't yours. Would you be mad at her?
No. I wouldn't be. No.
Now, what if she was just a vindictive bitch? You know what I mean? And you didn't get along with your mom.
I think you can't really ask because what it comes down to is the mom. It comes down to the relationship
between the mother and son.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
I mean, if you know that she's looking out for your best interest, that's one thing. And then it's another when she's like, I didn't like that bee and blah, blah, blah.
Both of you guys right off the rip said she crossed the line.
She did cross the line. I don't think she did. Because even if she was, even if she was looking out for him,
she was looking out for herself.
Yeah, it had to be something she wanted. The baby didn't look like him.
She still should have been like,
ask her son.
She still should have been like, Theo, I don't think that's your kid. And go from there. And then if he said no,
because
right. And then at that point you said no, and then she did it.
No, I think most people are not going to say that I don't think it's my kid either. They're going to be like, that's my kid.
Right. Unless and then two, we don't, again, if you have a strong enough relationship with your parent, maybe you can still be like, listen, no, that's my kid. I know it, blah, 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 or whatever.
Right.
Listen,
but these two are already out. You know what I'm saying? How do you know she didn't go to him? It doesn't say that in the story. It doesn't.
What?
It doesn't.
Well, no,
maybe she did go to him a couple of times and be like, dude, that's not your baby. And he's like, mind your business, bitch.
No, she didn't.
Never. The whole time.
No.
How old was the kid?
I don't know. I think it was like
14.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 years, she never ever expressed to her son, like, look, even in private or nothing, like, I don't think this is your baby. Yeah. Before she just said, you know what, tomorrow morning DNA. That's it.
No, I think
she expressed concerns.
What happened in this scenario, because they kind of touched on the point that she didn't care for her.
Right.
So I am gonna assume that it went the route of, I didn't like her. Never liked her when I first met her. Then she got pregnant. Well, I don't like her, so make sure that's your baby. Just because you don't like a person and then they get pregnant doesn't mean you can't judge.
But still, she brought it up to him, though. She did. Like, even if she said that is still trying to have that conversation. Yeah. You just didn't want to hear it.
I don't think so, because I don't think so. I think it's more so, I didn't think she brought it up to him in the manner of, and that's not, I think he looked at it as, you just don't like her, and you're trying to find something to split us up.
What's that, sis?
Yeah. I feel like in our family, do you think that would have as long as it would have.
It would have
Eventually,
broke
I think
your family. Your family would be divided. There's no family that would stay.
My family's divided
close.
from my mother's side.
It would be divided.
Somewhere along the line.
It's hard to ask anybody in this room because there's no sons in this room. But I have a son.
By the way,
Or
this is
was
the true story.
Was there money involved?
We didn't know that one of the owners of the bar close to my grandfather's, my uncle. We found out that maybe like 10, 15 years ago. So that was not very close. So right now, they're not even closer.
Yeah.
Because of the fact is, what happened,
You just gotta watch. Family is a make or break in certain situations.
You can affect somebody's life.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, your situation's hard, and your situation's hard. They don't have kids yet, but you have girls. There's no way it's not going to be hers.
Right.
Right.
I have a son.
Dang it.
And I don't want to look, and like you said, you trust your gut. I don't want to look at this kid and notice like every feature. Me and the wife's talking about, like, dude, this is not his fucking kid.
Well,
whether I liked her or not, especially if I didn't, like, it's not his kid. And he's over there doing the whole dad thing, and he's 100% committed to this.
Yeah.
I might do it.
But maybe you can have a conversation with him first. Not in a straight way.
Well, and
he's
here's
100% in love with his
another
wife or this girl.
situation
He's not going to listen to me.
But here's another situation that could happen. You could feel that way, like, this kid doesn't even look like you, blah, blah, blah. And then you get a DNA test and boom.
It's
your kid.
You could also,
I had a friend that went through that.
I say nothing.
You could also anger him by, he loves the kid no matter what.
Yeah.
You can't go and
5 years.
No matter even
5
if you
years
found
is a
out it's
long
not,
time.
And he loves this kid, even though you found out it's not his. He's dedicated. He's ready to raise the kid. Do you still go to him and tell him that, or do you let be content with his happiness?
But then you're back in the same situation. What if, honestly, God, what if 10 years down the line he finds out he's got to do something? He finds out, damn, that ain't my kid. And you knew the whole fucking time, dude. And you didn't say shit.
Well, you just don't say you knew.
But you know you
right
knew.
Now, but I know you'd be like, I knew it. Wait, what, Dad?
Well, yeah, you're gonna break his heart and stuff. Like, wow.
Early.
Like
Early.
with that situation that she have,
I would rather break his heart at 4 years than 26.
At that point, if he found out later on, I would never say that I knew.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna ruin a relationship.
Yeah, a relationship that should have never happened. He paid for this kid for 26 years.
He's happy.
Well, he was happy.
You don't know that. You don't know
that's why if you ever watch Maury,
he tells you, I'm so happy we got this.
In that moment, how happy could he be with this bitch that's cheating? She's a cheating whore. How happy is he really? No, you know what I'm saying? How is this going to end?
Because if you ever watch Maury, there's episodes on there where he's not the father, but he's raised
devastated. He's devastated.
But he said, that's my kid. Yeah. Even though he knows that's not his kid, he's like, I'm paying for that kid. That's my kid.
But see, there was a reason why they went to Maury. He needed to know.
And the test is free.
Right. It's just
I don't know.
Dude, that is a slippery slope. I want to ask my son. I'm going to ask him if
find out.
Like, we know that it's his.
Yeah. Well, he looks just like him.
Right. But I'm going to ask him, listen, if I did a DNA test behind your back and found out the kid wasn't yours, how would you feel?
Yeah.
And see what he says to me. And I'll tell you, I respect whatever he says. Like, dude, I'd have punched you in the face. All right, then that's how you felt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as a dad, a man, I would feel, if you found out tomorrow Ariana wasn't yours, you'd be fucking crushed, dude.
How would you feel?
And what if you found out and I said,
that's still your daughter, 27 years, that's still your kid.
You're still your daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
But
hey, by the way,
I don't give a fuck what you say. It's a game changer.
How would you feel?
It'll crush your guts, dude.
So this conversation, it happens to my dad. Just to be honest.
I mean, but he doesn't have any other children. That's it.
My last name is not Rio Ruiz. It's Sanchez. His real father, my dad didn't know anything about it. He was dancing. My dad was dancing with his own sister.
Jeez.
And was in the process to fall in love. My grandmother told my dad, you cannot dance with her. Why? That's your sister.
That's crazy.
He was 60 years old. He was devastated.
Right.
And I
that's
guarantee
it wouldn't change the fact that you love. I mean, you raised her, blah, blah.
Right.
No, it doesn't change that. And I admit that doesn't change that. But I think it would kill him a little bit. I think he would die a little.
don't think it would. He
And
would
then he
die a
would
little. I
definitely
think
die.
he would die a
I'd be
whole.
No, no,
devastated.
but
I'd-
and then
It
I think
leaves
he would
him with
definitely die even more if his mom
no-
said, "You know what?
I knew.
I knew the whole time, Ted, but
mean,
you know,
think
you look
about
so fucking happy."
yeah.
That's his only kid. He has no children though, so it's not like he can fall
maybe
back on
he got a-
another kid.
Maybe he got a good point, you know, because of that story happens to my dad because he
Yeah,
was not fall in love with
but wait.
my aunt, but he was
His
dancing.
backstory though is he raised her on his own though.
Nobody likes to
So-
be.
Yeah, but what
lied
about
to, though.
what
What happened to honesty is the best policy.
All right, well then
Sometimes
let me bring this into
That's
this.
that's our.
Let me bring this question to you
All
then.
right, hurry up because we're
Are we
we're
leaving?
crunching on time.
Because I was going to go into
Go
that
ahead.
other story, but
No.
to ask him about. Okay, never mind.
We'll
then.
elaborate on this, and
We can talk about this more in the
we're
next.
pushing the limits here.
Okay.
We can talk about this in the next
Pushing the
episode.
limits.
But
Okay.
it's a good conversation we can talk
I'm
about.
gonna ask my son.
Talk to
I'm gonna-
Bub.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask
It's a
him.
debatable because you know right now.
I know
I'm
I'd
just
be
thinking what happened
devastated.
to my.
You'd be devastated if
Dude, I would die. I would.
I wish
fucking-
I could find that out.
You know, like he said, like honestly, honesty is good thing to say sometimes, especially if that can affect in the future.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody's sister, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It happens before.
It's not even just that, but
It happened
you
before.
let your son go on and continue on with this female who's been
Maybe a
if
family
she
member.
lied about a kid. What else is she gonna do to this dude over the
petty
course of
shit
their life?
means nothing if you're lying
she's-
about a kid.
Oh my god, dude, she could like take him for everything he's got.
Hey,
and you're just gonna sit and watch, knowing the whole time. Every time they argue and she leaves or she divorces him and takes half his shit and cheats on him over and over again, you're just gonna keep all of it quiet.
we should get some advice from the folks and everybody else.
Yeah, we'll get some advice from Bub, see what he thinks.
But maybe
Let us
anybody
know.
else, we can do something to talk about it because it's a debatable subject.
it's
a debatable subject.
touchy.
Right now, I changed my mind because I was. No, seriously.
now you would do a DNA test.
No, seriously.
Kind of like his coffee. Go ahead.
No, seriously, because of my dad's story.
All right,
You
let's
know.
start here, Krista. If it was your son, would you go behind his back and do the DNA test?
My son. I'm
Yep.
talking about my son.
If you knew in your heart that the kid wasn't his, would you sneak and do the DNA?
I would totally be like, hey, something don't look right.
And
Straight up.
and again, if he said, "Hey, that mind your own business," would you do the DNA test behind his
I
back?
mind my own business.
Okay,
But
would-
if I was close with my son and my son was close with me, I know that we would talk. But clearly, there's something going on.
Right. Well, we already established that. That's why she went behind his back.
I just would not get involved in family
Right now, I
situations.
changed my
Break-
mind.
make
I'm go with Scoot.
I would do it.
I
It
will go
would
with
make
Scoot
or break.
because
I would do
that
the
could
test.
that could affect.
Oh wait, if there's an inheritance involved, like if I
No.
So you wouldn't talk to your son first. You would go behind his back.
You can't up the stakes.
You gotta
No, I
talk
would-
to your son.
I would
first.
definitely
I will talk to my son.
But
I will talk to my
I would
son.
talk to him.
But I will have.
I would say I think
You
you
can-
need to
you-
get a
you
DNA
can-
test.
you can,
If he doesn't, I'll do it.
I'm not going behind.
Well, you
his
can
back.
avoid a lot of situations.
You're gonna lose your kid.
Yeah.
But at least you can avoid somebody
No,
dating.
no, the way to go about it
dating
is I don't
cousin or
think-
stuff like that.
I don't think the kid looks like you. Just get a DNA test, and if he
And
says
leave it at that.
no, and then that's it. That's,
You leave it alone.
Just keep it as a secret.
Listen,
no,
I don't-
I wouldn't do a DNA test. I'm saying if he decided he didn't want to do it, he wanted the
But-
kid. Even if he thought, oh no, you're just let him go.
But Theo,
Don't sneak, because then he's
but
gonna be
Theo,
pissed off at you.
okay, maybe have a conversation.
You ask Bub that if he would be content if you came up to him and said, "Hey, I think you need a DNA test. Kid don't look like you." He's like, "I don't care. I love
Right.
the kid." He would be devastated if you went behind his back after he told you everything was good. He didn't
Alright.
care.
Okay,
you
so if
But there's
you
a
know,
lot of
it happens to before. You
Yeah,
know, like
there are.
maybe cousin they date
Right.
before. They never thought they would be cousins or maybe sisters,
Yeah, but again,
brothers.
it gets into the family thing.
It's getting the family.
I always say, like when we talk, I'm like, I don't want any of our his family, my family. I don't want any of them to know our behind the
Personal
door.
I will have a conversation.
business.
I think I
Because
will write.
I feel like
I'm with Scoot
when
right
you
now.
throw it out, like say he took, man, Denise is, and then you form your opinion. You don't like me, then it becomes uncomfortable when we're all hanging out and it becomes a fake thing or whatever. Or better yet, if something happens like where we break up or whatever and you come back, it's a lot.
I've seen it. I've been a part of it.
It is a lot. I'm a part of it.
I've broken up with my ex and then seen her hanging out with one of my good buddies because her and the sister were close, and now I'm not in the picture anymore. Her new man is. So
we should have this conversation again.
Yeah, no, we'll entertain it again. He's gonna ask Bub in the meantime and see what he thinks, and we'll talk about it again a little bit next week.
That's
elaborate.
how quick a small topic turns into like
That was an hour.
a powerhouse.
I'm gonna
topic.
ask one of
It's
family
hard to walk
members
away
what they
from
think
it.
about it.
Ask Abby.
I will ask Abby. I
There
will
you
ask
go.
my brothers because we have this situation.
Yeah.
So what they think about it, and sit down and we can discuss this.
And
in
you
the
guys
next
can
episode.
call, text,
Yeah.
or email. And,
Hit us up.
216-865.
Looking into getting some more
7997.
merch, some hoodies and T-shirts. So once I get the prices, we'll announce that on the air. I think it goes up to XXX. So
Yeah.
should be good.
But the most comfortable hoodies you'll ever own.
Yes.
I ain't gonna
Hands
lie.
down,
They're
the
fucking
best
great.
Oh, yeah.
quality
I wear
layers.
mine to bed, in the shower.
Everywhere.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But
That's
we'll,
how you wash it.
So, yeah.
we're gonna get out of here. Any final words on anything? You guys,
No.
Word.
word.
To your
I'm
mother.
happy to be healthy again. That's the only
Good.
thing.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
No
Great.
sniffle.
My drugs
See you
help.
next week.
So we're still gonna add this. I'll still add them here and there.
Yeah.
But, all right, you guys have a good week. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Yes, I like when we get the little ones and then just.
But dude, this thing
went off the rails. dude.
it's good. That's what I try to avoid about situations like that. Because imagine that. You dating somebody or your own family member.
I would do what I
Cousin,
said.
sister. That happened to my dad. On the street.